guys, Rich here with Brotherhood Reviews, and I am back talking to you guys about One Piece chapter 1044 with the translations finally out. We get more of an explanation on the spoilers that I talked about in my previous videos, and now I'm gonna pull it up just for reference. Here we go. Now we start off with the great cover page. Mama's out at sea. Let's start our research. The title of this chapter is Warrior of Liberation. Alright guys, now this is a banger chapter. If you've made it through this video this far, please hit the sub button, give me a like, and leave a comment. Tell me how you feel about this chapter. Now with this chapter, we start off with Zunisha dancing to the beat of the drum. He's having a good time. His friend is back. He can feel it in his soul, and everybody gets this little feeling. Momonosuke has this little conversation with Yamato, and he says Luffy is joyboy. Zunisha said that, Yamato says, and then we cut to everybody, Sanji waking up, saying Luffy, feeling his presence. We also see Hero Girl, Kid-in-Law, and Marco all feeling his presence at once as well. Marco telling Nami and Otama that Luffy's still alive. And now we cut to the most important part of this chapter, the juicy stuff. We get to the Gorosei, and the Gorosei explains to us that, Luffy has the mythical Zoan human fruit model Nika, who is the warrior god. And with him being the warrior god, his body gains the property of rubber, and he spreads happiness and puts smiles on faces worldwide, which he's been doing the whole series now. And he's the embodiment of the Warrior of Liberation. So therefore, he's just a warrior god meant to bring peace among worlds. So now, but the girls there are also talking about how maybe it was a bad idea to kill off one of their top agents and to anger Kaido in the process, but they feel like they didn't have any other choice but to do that. And also, what I'm saying, with Luffy's awakening, it increases his rubber ability exponentially and gives him even more freedom, and is allegedly the most ridiculous power in the world. So he truly has the OP no Mi, guys, and it's written right there in front of our faces. Now we get back to here. We jump to where Hiyori and Orochi, and Hiyori's pretty much got Orochi pinned down on some boulders, has some pins in him so he can't use his devil fruit powers, and she's just really talking so spicy, telling him how he disrespected her father, how her father held up his end of the deal. He should have freed Wano for him doing what he was supposed to do. You were supposed to do your part. He is honorable, you are dishonorable. And you know, he is like, oh, don't be irrational, you know what I mean, don't do this. And he still thinks that, you know, that she is still not, doesn't know that's Hiyori. And he pretty much gets in his bag because she starts having flashbacks of her asking her dad, like, why do you dance like that and allow people to talk to you like that? And he's like, because I still have you guys, and that's all that matters. And she's like, all right. And you know, she goes in about, you know, how my dad was in oil and stuff for an hour and out, and all the pain he must have went through. And so she removes her mask because he's like, I promise as Shogun, I'll make sure I do right by Kazuki Oden's name. And she said, you know, hold your tongue, you insolent wench. I am Kazuki Hiyori. You know what I mean? And he is shook at this point. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know, it's like he doesn't know where he's at now. And he is terrified. Now, he thinks tides are about to turn because a little ember of Kanjuro's Kuzenbo showed up. So, you know, the Kuzenbo was apologizing to Orochi for failing. And, you know, Orochi's trying to manipulate the little fireball, saying, this is a perfect climax for you to go out. You can now kill her, burn Hiyori to death. Now, the Kuzenbo, the little ember of Kuzenbo is pretty much saying, this is as far as I go, and lights Orochi on fire. This isn't probably the way people wanted Orochi to go, but he needed to go. And even though Hiyori didn't put a knife through his chest like everybody, including myself, wanted her to do, she definitely got her ending. She said what she had to say, and I feel like sometimes all you really need to do is get that off your chest, especially to the one person who oppressed you and your family, and cheated your family out of their inheritance and their kingdom. So for her, I give her my taps off. I tip my hat to her. Now we get to the main event. Now Luffy is we're finally hearing Luffy speak to himself. He's pretty much saying, I feel like anything is possible now. He's saying my heartbeat sounds funny. This is my peak. This is Gear 5th. And obviously this isn't the official translation, but I love the way this is displayed right now. The fact that, like, this is my peak. This is Gear 5th. So this is the final evolution of him. He knows that this is it for him. And we get a burst of Conqueror's Haki through the hole in the roof where that Kaido and that made earlier in the fight. So with that hole and Kaido looking up, you see a burst of Conqueror's Haki. Everybody's looking up. Even Kaido's like, hey guys, like, it's on the roof. What's on the roof? And he's thinking, like, you see it in his eyes, like, yeah, he's he's still alive. Like, you can really see it in Kaido's eyes. Like, he's still alive, and all you see is like a gear third, a gear third arm grab Kaido and pull him back to the roof. It's like, but like, this is different. You see like little flames around his hand. It's epic. Kaido has a little funny animation where, you know, dragging to the top, and Luffy starts wailing on him. Like, if you guys ever seen Avengers, when Hulk took Loki and pretty much slammed him back and forth like that, Luffy does that to him and then spins him around, and you know, he's just beating the crap out of him. And then he he shoots a Boro Blast at Luffy. Luffy says, "What?" Grabs the ground, lifts it up like a blanket, turns it to rubber, and it bounces right back at Kaido. Kaido says that I'm grateful that you didn't die. And I'm sorry that guy that guy stepped in. I didn't want to win like that. He said, "Don't sweat it. Now let's finish this. No break next week." This chapter was a 10 out of 10. The fact that Luffy's awakening is pretty much limitless. The fact that we got all this information in one chapter. Now the question is, does Kaido get a backstory? Because we're really at our wits' end with this fight now. Like, all the other fights are wrapped up. It's this, and then what happens after this. The way Oda's making it seem, the way everybody says that Luffy's not running after this. They're not running after this. They have no reason. Luffy's a god. He is a god. There is no way he's running. On top of that, Zunisha is standing right behind the Navy ships. There is no reason for the Straw Hats to run. The Navy ships need to figure out a way to get around Zunisha, because that is Zunisha's best friend, and nothing is going to happen as Zunisha's best friend. But yeah, I'm probably gonna do a second video on this. Thank you guys for listening, watching. I hope you guys are having a good day, time, night. Whenever you guys are listening to this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the follow. Let me know how you thought about the chapter. Let me know how you thought about my video, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.